What's good, guys? We're here doing a tier list with some very special guests. I have with me Mr. Don, who has been laddering with me on Ubers. We made it to about top 25 before too many paranormal things made us want to kill ourselves. And then we have Mr. Zest. Uh,
You got
he has been cooking all the fire teams for us that we've been recording with, so big ups to him. If you guys want to introduce yourselves, I don't know.
Hi, I'm incredibly average at the game, so I think I'm qualified for this.
All right.
Hey, I'm Zest of Life. I'm pretty mediocre at Mons too, but I love building.
Yes, sir.
And he is an insanely good builder. All right. So, do we just want to knock out all the unviable stuff right away?
Yeah, just get the bad Arceus forms
All right.
done.
Bug. What else?
Dark, yeah.
What else is god awful?
Anything that's
God
not
awful. I get it.
I think anything that's not E-Killer, Water, Arceus, Ground, or Fairy.
yeah, basically.
All right. Poison.
You don't think Ghost is viable?
I mean, it might be like nah, actually no.
No. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
All right.
There's
This is
no
fairy,
reason
that's
to use
fairy,
any other
yeah.
arc.
That is very true. Let me know if I'm getting the colors wrong. By the way, I can barely see. This is all right.
Fine.
Is grass viable? I was looking at the official tier list and they had grass kind of up there, but I don't
Dude,
think.
There's some things
I
on
mean,
the official tier list that are really bad. Like grass is
I've
viable.
there's a player named Frito, and he had Gracias on one of his balance teams. I would say it's better than the unviable arc forms, but it's not anywhere near the big four.
All right, yeah, fair. Then should we just put it in unviable then for now, and then maybe we can move it out later?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. What is this one? I actually have no idea.
That's not
I think it's
electric. That might be normal.
No,
Oh,
this
no,
one's normal.
normal's at
This
the
one's
end.
normal, or is yeah,
Normal's
that
the one
is,
at the
yeah.
end. That's ground actually.
Is that
That's ground.
These
Yeah,
are all in
'cause we're in the
alphabetical
Gs.
order.
Yeah, because we're in the G's, and then the next one would be ice.
All right, so
Yeah.
then the rest of them,
Psychic, poison.
that's water. This is water, right? I'm not losing my mind. Okay.
Yeah, that's water. That's rock. Okay.
All right, cool. Is there anything else that's awfully unviable that we can't talk about later? I feel like it was just those Arceus forms that were cluttering everything up.
There's some that I would definitely call unviable, but I mean, honestly, we could knock Toxapex, Palafin out of the way if we really wanted to. But I don't know if we wanted to talk about those later.
I was gonna say Smeargle. I feel like there's no way Smeargle can do anything.
Smeargle's
Yeah.
dude. I don't know if you ever read the viability rankings on the Ubers form. FC literally ranked Smeargle because it's Smeargle. Had
Yeah.
no reason to rank it. He's just oh, it's Smeargle.
Yeah, I read
you
that
could
really
get
quickly.
someone sticky wet, yeah, whatever. It's not viable.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna just throw that up there. What else? I'm trying to think. I feel like from there we should we just get the S's out the way?
Yeah, let's
The
let's
bikes
get
bikes are both an S. Just that's.
Are we?
I mean,
Are we ordering
right?
S?
I mean, if you go by usage, Koraidon would be number one. But if you go by
Miraidon
power,
is better.
Miraidon should be an S plus, dude. That Mon needs to get them
It's
out of this tier.
it's so hard to switch into.
Yeah, no. Because Koraidon, at least, I think, Zesh, you were really right with your post about it being a two-trick pony. That is what it is at the end of the day, but with Koraidon at least. But it's damn good at those two tricks, but I think they both have individual counterplay to those, which is...
So
yeah.
when I first saw Scale Shot Koraidon back in DLC 1, I thought it was too much because you'd have to dedicate multiple Terra Fairy slots on your team.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that there's such a huge opportunity cost of not running Scarf, which is the best form of speed control in the tier.
Mm-hmm.
And for that reason alone, I feel if you get rid of Koraidon, the whole tier is gonna collapse. It kind of has to stay. Miraidon on the other hand, oh sorry, it's kind of buffering, but Miraidon on the other hand, it has too many sets, and you can't prepare for all of them, and you have to run really suboptimal things just to deal with it.
Well, I feel out of...
Yeah, no.
Yeah, with the Miraidon sets, you have The good ones I'd say are like Double Dance, Specs, and Boots Taunt. I don't know. I don't like Scarf very much. I feel like Koraidon Scarf
is
does
very
that better.
niche.
Yeah.
No, I would say the best Miraidon set is probably either Pivot or CM Wallbreaker. Because, like, CM plus Taunt just shuts down a whole playstyle on it by itself. Like, Stall is literally unviable because of CM plus Taunt.
I think I'm trying to look at... I have your teams up here. These are a bunch of them. I was trying to find what the CM Taunt one... Because I think we did run one. And
It's CM Taunt, Draco, and Drift or Parabolic Charge.
Yeah, that one... I think... Because I've like, what? I've got up to top 30-ish twice now. I've ran into, like, one stall team. Like, there's the occasional Dozo Bliss core, but I've seen one guy running hard stall.
Yeah, no, like, I think it's Lomif probably, or JB291. Like, because the only other stall player was Farden, but, like, he doesn't use stall anymore. But he built, like, a team that, like, got, like, the highest GXC and ELO of this gen.
But stall is just with these two bikes around, man. Stall's so... Actually, not the red bike so much, but with Miraidon. Yeah.
And then the only other mod I would consider an S, I mean, like, it's, like, debatable. You could put it at S or A plus as NDM.
NDM, yeah. The thing is with NDM, I feel like with the DD set, I don't like so much. It gets outsped by Zacian, and gets if it gets chipped, it gets revenged pretty easily. I think out of the NDM sets, I think Trick Room's the best one by far.
Agreed.
And then after that, oh, sorry. Yeah,
well, I was just gonna say, like, I think defensive is slept on a lot. I've used a couple really good bulky sets that can come in on, you know, stuff like Zacian and E-Killer and help give the team a good backbone for those. So it's very versatile in, you know, being able to play offense and defense, in my opinion.
Really, I was gonna say that I don't like the defensive set. I feel like it's too, like, as insane of a thing it is to say with a mon that has like 150 plus whatever attack. It feels just... I'm talking about, like, right now, like, the past 2 weeks of playing Ubers, it feels a little too passive, in my opinion. Because what does it do other than rocks and, like, maybe knock disruption?
That's exactly why I don't like running, like, support sets. In this meta, it's so offensive, like, it just, like, it's a huge opportunity cost not to run Trick Room. But then again, Trick Room only fits on certain builds.
Yeah, Trick Room, when you're running... Not even HO, but when you're running this guy paired with Glacier, I think played well is, like, the best Trick Room core just in general. And especially NDM and Glacier both benefit a lot from Terra. So I think just with that Trick Room. But I think I'd put it in A+, honestly. I don't think it's S. What would you guys think?
Yeah, I agree with that because, like, they're metagame defining. Like, their own tier, they need to be... Like, that's why I wanted to put, like, Miraidon in, like, S+. If, like, you had, like, an S+ and an S-, I would put, like, NDM at S-.
I agree with that, yeah.
If we don't, like, A+ is fine.
Okay, top of A+ then. What's next? What is like, obviously broken? Ho-Oh? Oh, yeah. Or broken or...
Yeah, Ho-Oh's really solid.
Ho-Oh's A+,
I feel like a well-played Ho-Oh can just, you know, sit on so many teams and just spam Sacred Fire, and it's really hard to break down if your opponent really doesn't know what they're doing.
I don't know about sit on, like even FizzDef Ho is not a switch into, like, SD Scale Shot Koraidon unless you're, like, exhausting Terra, because I think +2 4-hit Scale Shot, like, easily kills max FizzDef Ho-Oh, no?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think if Ubers were to be a Terra-less meta, which I do think it should be, Ho-Oh would be so much better, but it already is very good now. And it is keeping a lot of the tier together. And Burn, this 50% chance Burn is balancing out a lot of the really broken physical attackers you have in the tier right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Next, I guess... I actually don't know where to go next.
I'm looking through. Maybe Zacian?
Yeah, Zacian.
Zacian? Okay. I feel like...
Crap. That's like... I don't know if I would put it at A+ or A. Like, it does offer great speed control. But, like, it really has only one viable set right now.
Yeah, which is just it's just SD, CC, Behemoth, and then Wild
Wild
Charge
Charge.
last. Yeah,
Yeah, well charged.
yeah. Uh, it's doing the same thing it did in SS, but it's nerfed, which is good. And honestly, the Intrepid Sword nerf makes it, I think, like a much more skill based mon, as in like you have to think about exhausting the Intrepid Sword boost and whatnot. So I do like what Game Freak did to it, and I do think it has a good role in the tier. Um, I feel like it has to be an A plus though. I don't think it can be an A.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, I would put it at like the very bottom of A plus because
Yeah.
like, well, I mean, I don't know if any art form deserves to be an A plus.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you
Like-
could make an argument for E-Killer.
E-Killer, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I actually wait. No, I don't think I would actually put E-Killer above Zacian.
Yeah,
I think.
I agree.
It's on more. It's on more of my builds, like because like the immunity it has against Basculegion is just huge, and also being able to revenge the bikes is another like boon that it gets.
Yeah, I think so. Should we just P Zacian at A, put E-Killer up here? I think that's fair.
I mean, yeah, you could do that, or you could put like Zacian at the very bottom of A plus. Since I guess I would put it considered like a top 6 mon.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It
Yeah.
definitely not something you can sleep on.
Yeah, I mean, if you made a team of like these 6, it would be perfectly fine. So
Is
Yeah,
it-
I mean it's just like Miraidon just comes in and just claims the kill every time.
yeah.
yeah,
Is it insane to
It's
put
like-
Basculegion anywhere near this high up? I know it's like it is
It's
just
a-
so disgustingly broken right now.
To me, it's an A minus mon because it fits on one archetype, but it does its job so damn well in that one archetype. Like,
It does well on
Yeah.
Zebs, but on bulky offense, it's also definitely really viable. And that one bulky offense build you sent me.
but when
was-
I made that build, all of the people that made it Ubers, they're like, dude, are you smoking crack? And I'm like, eh.
Oh, that's a pretty good build. One sec. I don't think this was smoking crack. This thing got me and I mean, granted, it is ladder gameplay, so I don't know how much we can
Yeah,
say about
in
that.
tours, people like run Terra Ground Basculegion in tours, but what they don't understand is that you're not going to be able to like kill like a support Arceus form from full with last respects if you're not running Terra Ghost.
That is true.
Because
yeah.
like you're running boots, and you're running a Jolly Nature most likely. So like yeah, you're not gonna be able to kill support arc forms from full. I feel like you have to be Terra Ghost if you're running Basculegion on Ho, and on bulky offense, Terra Fighting is fine.
Okay. So do we want to put Basculegion
would-
down in A minus then?
I would put it like low A minus. I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, it's like
Alright.
it's a very like specific mon. You have to like build around it.
Yeah. All right. This is another kind of controversial one. On the official tier list, I think I saw they had Glacier like criminally low. Like I think B or B. I don't think Glacier. I think Glacier is much
No,
better than
I think
that.
it's like a solid A minus A mon. Like I disagree with that also.
I would
When
put
I
it
first
in
start. When I first started DLC 2,
Mm-hmm.
I always paired Calyrex-Ice with NDM,
Mm-hmm.
and like that core is just so insane. Like in a metagame defined by speed control, having like an anti-speed control option is insane.
Yeah,
Like
agree
I
with
think
you.
it's definitely an Amon. It's bulky enough. It does its job just fine, and it's literally one of the reasons why people started running Sunsteel Strike on NDM, which in my opinion is kind of like a shitty move, by the way.
You just
I feel like you
fire
have
out
to
of
run-
it.
Yeah, I feel like you have to run Photon and EQ on NDM, but people started running Sunsteel just because of this thing.
Yeah, I've also seen Corviknights pop up on higher ladder just for NDM. It's insane what people will do to stop that thing. But all right, yeah,
The
A.
remain-
Mhm.
Remaining arc forms like Fairy Ground go in A,
For sure.
and Water probably and Water probably A minus. Or nah, I would put A minus. Yeah, why not?
All right, well, which is better out of the? I've seen Ground Arceus the most, and I
Ground-
think it's
Ground
definitely
is
the
the
best.
best.
Because okay, here's like a hot take, and I feel like people would disagree with me. I think Spadef Groundsius is the best Miraidon check in the game, not Tinglu.
Interesting.
It's the
How much
best
does it
Miraidon check
take
'cause it has-
from like?
from Specs Draco? It takes too much, but from Pivot it can actually survive 2 hits.
All right, I
Which is
believe
something that's
that.
pretty rare.
Yeah. Because the
I
problem
remember
is
when
you
you
run.
when you were playing Ice Master, you were using Pivot Miraidon on the Webs team, and it took 2 of the Dracos.
Was that full Spadef? I think that was just max HP, honestly.
No, it was full Spadef. The set I think is like 248 HP, 240 Spadef, and 20 speed.
I did not know that. Well, I was gonna say it also has the most variants. I've seen CM, DD, support all used super effectively, and
Mhm.
just ground into Miraidon is really good. Yeah.
Yeah, when you don't have like many viable SPDF ground types, I think like running something like Ground CS plus some fairy type or Terra Fairy Mon is enough to deal with Miraidon. Just because like that Mon has no checks. Like,
That's true. Yeah. Um,
yeah.
Fairy CS. Are we putting Fairy CS above or under Glacier?
I'd put it slightly
Oh,
lower than last year.
All right. Um,
I personally think if you run it, you kind of have to run FizzDef. Otherwise, just running SPDef Ground CS is the way to go because, I mean, you're only going to be running Fairy Arceus to check the bikes, and it doesn't even really check Miraidon that well. It gets to it KO'd by Electro Drift, I believe, even if you
oh,
go,
easily. Yeah.
yeah, even
Yeah.
if you go max HP or something like
I
that.
was gonna say the other thing you have to consider with the Arceus forms is if you're choosing fair Arceus, you gotta pick that over the other Arceus forms. I think that's like a big thing
it's a
of
huge
yeah.
opportunity cost. Like E-Killer and Ground CS are just better than the other ones.
And then what does Water CS run? I've only seen like one or two sets, and they were both CM Wisp.
Wisp Dragon
Um,
Tail is usually like the common one.
Oh, okay.
I'd
Uh,
run like a taunt stall killer set. With SPDF, it can also take on Kyogre. I think it definitely has a place on a lot of teams that struggle with those Kyogre bulky offense kind of teams. I would put it like high A minus.
Mhm.
all right, yeah.
Yeah, like when back in DLC 1, I thought that running Koraidon plus Water CS was enough to deal with um Kyogre builds.
Hmm.
Because it's like kind of similar to like I don't know if you've ever played USM Ubers, but like Primal Groudon and Water CS was like a really good like defense against Primal Kyogre. It's like very similar.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Next, should we just go? I feel like have we gone through the broken
So
stuff? I think
then
so.
you can start putting all the wall breakers like Deoxys Attack, Flutter Mane. Those are all solid A minus mons. Deoxys Speed
Fluttermane?
even.
This is
Yeah.
like, I actually don't think Fluttermane's that good. I feel
Yeah,
like,
you
I'm
have
not.
to like
I think Fluttermane's definitely got a place.
in A minus. I would say it's like solid because like it has like one really good set and it can break, but you have to like run the right Terra type. I see a lot of people running like Terra Fairy or Terra Ghost, and I'm like Flutter Mane has insane coverage. So you should run Terra Stellar if you're running it.
really, I'm not a Terra Stellar
I,
believer. I don't, because you only get the boost for one turn. Yeah,
one time. So it's like very prediction reliant. And the thing is, that's why I'm like Flutterman and DOA have to be in the same like tier because like they're both like super frail wall breakers.
but DOA can also function as a spike setter. Although DOS does that job better, it also can function as that, which is why I think the DOA is better for sure. I'd put. I feel like DOA is also used so much. I would honestly debate putting it like low A, or is that
Yeah, you
too
could
high?
probably do that. No,
Yeah,
I think that's fine.
All right, this
I
one
would say
is
yeah.
DOA, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Um, and then
A minus. Because I
DOS,
feel like it's just such a good hoe lead.
DOS.
I mean, let me see where did people rank it in the official viability rankings. I mean, I thought it's like an A minus mon, but check
I
right
think they
now.
put it B plus in official
Plus,
viability rankings.
I think that's fair too.
I would put it at the bottom of A minus. It's for sure for Spike's lead. It's much better. And
Yeah, it can take a surprising amount of neutral hits with like max HP as well. It's
no,
honestly
but you need to run
really
Max
good.
Attack just because like some people just straight up disrespect this thing with Koraidon, and I think Max Attack is the only thing that will kill with Psycho Boost into
Well,
Koraidon.
You
actually,
might be
no.
right.
They put it in B. Maybe I'm being too generous. Yeah, I think maybe B or B plus is better.
I'd put it B plus honestly. I was gonna say A minus, but that might be some
Bit
A
much.
minus is
crack
very too
smoking.
much.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
um, huh. All right. Let's just go from the top then. Alomola. I'm an Alomola believer. This thing's unironically
Right.
not the worst thing in the world. I put it at like high C.
It was better in DLC 1 before NDM came because like in
That is
DLC 1 it
true.
would form a nice like regenerator core, but like now like C.
C? All right.
C for sure. Like,
Yeah. I don't think
Unranked.
Annihilate is viable. It's not viable.
No,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
not viable.
This guy's
Unranked.
also not viable.
No,
Blissey,
C.
C, really? I think it has more utility than that. I mean, it's a little passive, but does the only
It's
Miraidon set it loses to is like Taunt CM. Even Taunt Boots, I think it beats.
I mean, like, it's only viable on stall. That's the only reason why I put it on C, because like you can't run it on any other build.
I would have put. I'm thinking low B minus.
Okay, that's fair. B minus is fine too.
All right, is Chiyu viable? I don't think it is.
No, it's too slow. I mean, it's like the stall killer, but it's too slow.
If there's like 10 better stall killers you could run over Chiyu.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we also live in a Kyogre world, so Chiyu not viable at all.
Qianpao, I've seen like the random Sash Qian. I
think Qianpao.
I think Shenpao's like a solid B minus mon. Like
I honestly would put it in B. I have made that thing put in work. If you run it in SD set with good hazard support and removal options, like you get up in SD Terra Ice late game, and there's very little your opponent can do to stop it. Because after rocks, Terra Ice plus 2 Ice Shard kills the bikes very cleanly. So I think it's definitely deserving of B. Maybe low B, but I think B minus is underselling it a bit. I think it's super
underrated. I was
underrated.
gonna say just with Zacian
That's fair.
existing in the tier, because that thing takes nothing from its dual stabs, and even Sacred Sword does not do much. I was just gonna say like with the presence of Zacian, which is why I would say it's high B minus. I think, but
Yeah,
like low B is
well,
also fair.
Yeah, I paired it with like NDM and Ho-Oh to really stop like E-Killer and Zacian from running through it, you know, when it tries to set up for a late game sweep. I think with the right support it can be put in work, but it's pretty specific. You kind of have to build around it, kind of like with Basculegion.
So we're saying low B or B minus.
let's put it in low B for now, and then if we feel like there's too many things in our B, we'll just move it to B minus.
Got it. Yeah. Does Clef even do anything in the tier?
No.
Outside of stall, no.
What does it even do on stall? I feel like there's better options for it on stall.
No,
It's just a poor man's Arceus Fairy.
Yeah, basically. Well, also it's like resistant to like hazards because of Magic Guard, and it can knock stuff, which is like useful for winning the hazard war.
I guess.
But like,
No, it's not any good. Unviable.
I wouldn't. At best, like maybe C, but nah, I think it's unviable, kind of.
All right.
Where did they rank it?
I don't.
Yeah, they didn't even rank. They didn't even rank it.
Nah, I don't think it's ranked.
I think Clodsire water. The thing is, like, although
Clodsire
Clodsire
is so
is a Spadef ground type, it does nothing into. I think it takes like 90 from a Life Orb Draco from Miraidon. It's disgusting.
It was a super divisive like topic, like when the council was ranking it. I think this is my opinion. I like Claude more than Tinglu, but I would not run either of them. Like they don't offer anything. They're too passive, and Tinglu's a better spike setter than Claude.
I think Tinglu's less passive though, because at least, I mean, yeah, it gets shut down by taunt, but you have Whirlwind and
Ruination, which is the big thing it has.
Yeah, and I don't even think EQ's that passive. I think Tinglu is like a not bad attacking stat. No,
yeah, it's 115 attack. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
I mean, Claude's like, I would say B.
Maybe yeah, that's fair. No, I'd say B, because it's also a really good Kyogre check.
Kyogre check. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can absorb T-Spikes, which is super uncommon, but something that I feel like more people should run because no one prepares for T-Spikes.
Yeah, no, T-Spikes are really good in the meta. All right.
We have our favorite Defogger.
All right.
Our only Defogger. Well, one of two. But...
Oh, wait, hold on one second. I gotta mute.
Corviknight. And that's huge. That's like the reason why I would arguably say it might be better than Gyro. Arguably. I mean, I was going through the viability rankings. They didn't even rank Corviknight, which is like kind of dumb. Like I think Corviknight does it offers more things than Gyaro, in my opinion. That's my opinion though. Like I would rank like yeah, like they both suck. Like I feel like you have to kind of put them in like BB minus. Like I can't believe the council put Gyaro at A minus. Like that's just
Did it?
ridiculous.
That's nah.
B minus.
Yeah, I'd say B minus. Mm-hmm. No, get that out.
Both are unviable. Just put those at D for Dialga. Adios. Ditto. I have a funny story about Ditto. So like I peaked ladder with Ditto, so I have like a soft spot to it. The thing is that in an offensive meta where people aren't improving their teams, like Ditto can put in work. But against people that are like even remotely intelligent, it's like a trash mon. So like I kinda wanna put in like B minus. Yeah.
Personally, I don't think it's that good. I think, like, I mean, if you're using Ditto, you're kind of locked into running Choice Scarf, and a lot of the top mons of the tier can take advantage of that, like NDM and like Miraidon, who would run Scarf anyway. So, I mean, at that point, you're either risking the speed tie or you're just, playing at a huge disadvantage if you send Ditto in. I would personally put it at like low B minus, high C, but
I
if y'all
completely
want to
agree
put it
with that.
higher,
No, I think B minus. Yeah. Alright. This is like it's yeah, and the thing is that also Dirt, I mean, it's not Dirt, sorry, Dozo is now even more unviable, not because of electric terrain, but also because NDM has Photon Geyser, which just kind of shuts it down and stall.
yep.
Like, you kind of, it's, yeah, but no, like, it's gone. Probably yeah, unviable.
Ooh.
I would never use it. Even on stall, I wouldn't use it.
Yeah, even if you send it out against Koraidon, it doesn't really threaten it back. So, I mean, you just give it opportunity to switch into Miraidon, for example. Yeah, I don't think it's viable at all.
Unviable. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's like no reason to run it.
you have to be really bad to lose to a Spathra, honestly.
Hey, my
Yeah.
what? Oh
Hmm.
no, dude, I'll put it at A minus, dude.
Yeah, I would I
I'll
would
put it at
definitely
A
put it in
minus.
POS.
I would put Etern at like the very end of A minus because like it does do only 2 sets, but like the T spikes absorption is so nice, and it also has like insane sweeping potential. Like the thing is that we don't have that many special walls in this tier. So like when you pair Etern with Miraidon, they just kind of like cuck every team. And then like when you slap Basculegion on webs with those two, which is like what I did in that one build, like I think it's the yeah. You're just cucking everything. Unless they're running like unless you're running like a degenerate like Terra Normal Kyogre, which people will do because like Bascu Basculegion usage is at like an all-time high, so people are gonna start running like degen like Terra Normal Mons. That's why like, I like sub just to scout for that. Ice Master. That's an Ice Master special.
Sorry.
You can change the life orb, but like honestly just have it for increased damage output, but like I think like you could run boots, not weakness policy, boots, lumberry, or what else? Covert cloak. Sacred fire. Because if yeah, Lum is probably the best. At that point, just run max speed and then the rest in defense, like 4 defense. Like it, the
I
lowest
think
I would put it at is B plus. I would not put it anywhere lower than B plus.
Yeah, I think it has really underrated potential as a revenge killer. I've made it work alongside, like, I don't know exactly what I paired it with, so I'm not going to speak to it. But I think it has really good potential as a revenge killer. Obviously, its stabs are, they might be unresisted. Don't quote me on that. It's just really hard to stop if you bring it in and you have it against, like a bulky offense team that just doesn't want to switch into specs, for example. Especially with Terra, there's very little things that can take it on if it comes in. No.
I mean, you have to pair. Yeah, you have to pair it with pivots. Like you have to run like Scarf Koraidon, Pivot Miraidon to bring it in. But like if you do, like the thing is, people run like CM and Taunt on Fluttermane, but like I think Fluttermane's best set is just like using 4 attacks. Like use Shadow Ball, Moonblast, Power Gem for Ho, and either Mystical Fire or Psyshock. And like
Yep.
if you're running
I agree.
Terra Stellar with that, like you basically one hit KO everything. Nope.
It
It
definitely
absolutely
does.
does. Yeah, you can't. I mean, like, yeah, that's why Flutter's like to me at worst like B plus.
I agree.
Yeah, that's fair. I would put it in B plus just for now. Just for now, but like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's it's just not like why would you ever run it over like the regular? Sorry, Gyaratarn Origin. Yes, yeah. Gira, people say it's better than Corvi, but I think it's like I would say it's like at the top of B minus. Like, cause defogging in this tier is just impossible. It's literally impossible.
Yeah.
hmm Yeah, they like I wouldn't rank one above the other. They're in the same tier because like realistically, you're not gonna be able to fit in a defogger on a team. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it just like
Yeah.
NDM kind of cucked its usage, dude. Like it can't do anything.
Yeah.
No, no.
No.
It's not unviable. I would say it's like B minus.
I I would put it in C if we're not putting it in unviable. I've tried using Fizzda before. It doesn't even really switch into Koraidon. It just doesn't have that defensive profile that Ho-Oh and like the support Arceus forms have. Like I would put it bottom C, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's what's up.
That is true.
Yeah, yeah. You could put it on C. Yeah, that's fine. It's yeah like NDM just kind of cucked its usage. Yeah, it's
I've never seen
unviable.
it. No,
Tusk is like C in my opinion. It's like a good
I agree.
spinner. It could fit on some teams as like a Koraidon check, quote unquote, but like I don't know. Oreo likes it though. Oh, I think like he ran like a defensive set. Like he was running like rapid spin, headlong rush, something like that. Some
Yeah,
weird
I
set.
do
I mean,
like.
it's a Cmon, dude.
I'd put it top C, honestly.
I would say screens. Okay, this is like my take because like I think I made the best screens of this gen. I would say like screen. It's like I don't know if you have it. Like it's a RMT I made. You can look it up. It's called Bloody Mary on a Smogon. I don't think because I made an RMT of it. I think it's like I think screens is honestly the best like hoe right now because like any player that's like competent and build their team well should be able to deal with webs. Screens like if you build it properly, like running like NDM and Kali I together, those are like naturally bulky mons. You know, behind screens they get busted. Double Dance Miraidon, sub scale shot Koraidon, E killer. Like I personally think screens is the best form of hoe right now, but I would still put it like B maybe at best.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Which is also where the viability council put it in also. B is like fine. I don't really care about like where we put stuff like stuff in the sub ranks, to be honest. After like the A's, like it doesn't matter anymore. Groudon does literally nothing, dude. Like I've never had success with that mon. It does nothing. Like it cannot check. But the thing is that Tinglu is a better spiker. Groudon, like, it can wisp something occasionally, tank a hit from Zacian maybe, but like it does nothing. Like it can't take a Draco from Miraidon. It's like there's almost no reason to run it unless you're like building like a dedicated Sun team. No, it's not unviable. It's like I was gonna say like yeah, it's a B tier mon. No, Had is as viable to me as Corviknight and Giratina are because the Magic Bounce is insane for preventing hazards. Hat fits amazingly on Trick Room teams. It can healing wish something up. Like it's a B minus mon in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like you're not gonna stop it from setting up Trick Room. Like it's just not possible. Sure. I think it has some cool applications. I think it. What? Are we good? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think it has some really cool applications. I think Life Orb or Specs is really good. Obviously, the hazard damage isn't great, but I think with the right support, it can be good against offense. But it's pretty specific.
To me, it's like a typical example of a B minus mon. Like it does well into a lot of things, but it's like also very frail and it can't break bulkier arc forms or Kyogre. So like even with freeze dry, so like I would put it at B minus. Unviable. Get that shit out of here right now.
Wow.
Unviable. That's
I'm
not
actually a
a
big fan
Miraidon
of
check. Uh, 14, like no, that's unviable to me. Yeah. No, I mean like I'm being like exaggerating, but I wouldn't put it above C. Like it should be in the same rank as Great Tusk. A solar beam or solar beam, like. Okay, okay, that's fine.
I agree.
I mean,
B minus, yeah.
okay.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
I tried making it work, Oreo tried making it work in this meta. Like, unless you're a player, I'm sorry, unless your opponent's like a total dumbass, no. Like, it's never gonna put in anything. There's no reason to run King Gambit over Basculegion. Alrighty, this is solid A minus A territory, Mon. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really switch
I mean,
into like
Terra
water stuff.
Fairy Kyogre is like probably the best Koraidon check in the game. Probably.
It's not real now.
Yeah. Scarf Kyogre has always sucked in my opinion. Like for any generation it's been released in, with the exception of MVDPP. Like Specs has so much more breaking power and is better on webs, and for any other build you're better off running boots. Recovery. But it doesn't really need it either, because like I think Ogre is more like as like a pivot mon. Like, you know, you have to pair something like Ho-Oh, but if you have like Ogre plus Ho-Oh or Ogre plus Lando T on a team, that's enough to cover Koraidon. If you lose to Koraidon, it's not because you lost to Koraidon, it's because you lost to other things that chip your checks down enough for Koraidon to win. Oh, the Ice Master Trial Monkey special. I think like I got into an argument with Frito about this, but I don't think you can run Kyurem Black on a team that doesn't have Miraidon. It like they like need each other. Like you just can't. This Hadron engine powers up Kyurem Black's fusion bolt enough so that when it Terra Electrics, it can break through stuff. But other than that, I would never run Kyurem on any serious team. There's just so many better sweepers and breakers. We have too many things in B minus right now. Like, yeah, I mean, like I'd run Ditto over Kyurem. That's just me though. Nope, unviable.
No, no.
Unviable.
I think it's really.
Yeah, it was better in DLC 1, but with DLC 2 introducing Necrozma and Ho-Oh being a better pivot, like, I would say, well, let's see, where did we put stuff? On, I think it's like maybe, could be B minus or below B. Yeah. It's huge. No.
No.
B minus.
It's spin blocks and that's it.
You can run like a Boots Terra Fairy set for Koraidon, but other than that, like I wouldn't run it. Also, like there's a really cool set it has with Agility and Meteor Beam, but again, it's like very matchup specific. Like if you run into a team with E-Killer, it's not doing anything. Our B minus is crap. Yeah, yeah, we have to. Yeah, unviable.
No. Really
Mewtwo is
bad.
only good into stall. Like when Farden would load stall, I would just bring Mewtwo so I could 6-0 with stall. But other than that, like no, it sucks.
That's crazy. Did you say B or D?
I would say Mewtwo's like, a little tough. It's like I like Mewtwo. Like I would say it's like a C-Mon though.
Yeah, there's
Because
not really
outside of
many.
stall, it doesn't do anything outside of the breaking stall.
Yeah,
If you load Mewtwo plus CM Taunt Mirai into stall, you're 6-0ing stall. If you load Mewtwo into any other matchup, you're like playing a 5v6.
I agree.
No.
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 Okay, Orthworm's funny. It saw some usage in tours. I would put it at like C just because like it only fits on Ho. Earth Eater's huge because it can like actually take like ground moves. It
Oh,
takes
it hard walls NDM, I guess.
it walls NDM, it walls E-Killer, it walls Groundsius. I mean like it has some utility. I'll put it at C, it has some utility, but it's like you won't ever use it outside of Ho.
Yeah.
More unviable,
No.
unviable. The next three are all unviable.
Yep.
A good breaker.
Okay.
It's a good. It's like
SD
on the
scale
level of
shot is decent.
Qian. I would say it's like in the level of Qianpa when it comes to like breaking / sweeping.
Yeah, Life Orb Dragon Descent actually hits really hard. Yeah.
Unviable.
No,
Unviable. Yeah. Another unviable. Alrighty. Rabombi. Rabombi has to be, in my opinion, the same tier as Basculegion because you're not running one without the other. Unless you're running like that weird BO team. Yeah. Yeah. It has to be the same
Yeah.
same tier
I
as
agree.
Basculegion. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Outside
No.
of stall, no.
Mm,
Spike, you can sort of check NDM, sort of. With ID body press, but like again, it's like a C-Mon because like outside of stall, you're never using it. C.
like bottom C.
Skeledirge is a funny one also. That Council ranks
Mm,
Skeledirge at A-, and I'm like, what? There is no reason to ever use Dirge over Ho. No reason
yeah,
ever.
no. Zero
Ever.
reason. I don't think there's much reason to use it at all.
It can switch in, but the thing is that that scale shot set can still break it. If it gets like over 2 turns, 9 out of 10 hits, it can still break it. Like you have to like blow your Terra up, and there's like no reason to run Dirge over like Ho because like Dirge only matches well into Zacian and Koraidon. Other than that, it's like wasting a team slot. C.
I would say C.
Okay, you can put a B. Yeah, yeah, I get. Okay, that's fair. Unviable.
No.
Unviable. Okay, Terrapagos. Here's a funny thing I have about Terrapagos. People are like it's unviable. I think Terrapagos is one of the best stall killers ever.
Really?
Yeah, like it's just like Terra Starstorm hits so hard. Like once your opponent's Blissey's dead, like it just fucks everything up. For that alone, it is a Terra Hog. I think it's
I
like
think
D, maybe like the end of C / beginning of D.
personally, I think utility is super underrated. I use like spin, scorching sands, toxic roar, and that really helps put tempo in your favor. And like being able to get the multi-scale thing against all hits of scale shot really helps.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
if you have a fresh Terrapagos, you can come in on Koraidon if your team is weak to it. I personally think it has a lot of interesting applications. Yeah,
Alright,
but the thing is,
Ting-Lu.
there's the thing of like treads. I mean, you bring it into like some random Specs Miraidon Overheat that dies, but there is no one move in the game that kills Terrapagos. So if you bring it in, and it doesn't take hazard damage, it's going to do something.
I think low C is fine for it. I don't think it's
Yeah.
unviable, but like we're pushing it a bit. I'll put in the same tier as Arceus because it's functioning similarly. Like Arceus is like a good like Koraidon check. Ting-Lu's like okay, yeah. It's arguably the tier's best spike starter, arguably, because like, well, on Ho, like I would say Dio. That's why I said like arguably, because like outside of Ho, it's definitely the best. Yeah.
Nope.
No. No, bad.
No.
Bad. C.
No, you have no
Yeah.
reason to use it.
No.
No.
And then Zekrom, same tier as Kyurem. Wherever you put Kyurem black, same tier.
Yeah, I agree. I would say yes. I would say Zamazenta's unviable.
You could put it C at worst. Like I mean, like, there's this one player, Chinese guy, Lewis IX. He was learning, like, some Zama set that, like, cucked physically offensive teams. A lot of Web's teams that are posted nowadays, they all run, like, physical sweepers. And, like, that's such a bad thing to do because, like, if your opponent has, like, some decent, like, physical walls on their team, like, you're not breaking it. I would put Zama C at C, maybe, like, toward the bottom of it. And then Zekrom at wherever we put Kyurem black. Yeah, it's similar. The big yeah.
Oh.
Nah, because it's like that's just all subjective. I think we have like the ranks pretty much covered.
Yeah. I will say, if this matters, I did run the calc. Spadef Groudon does live a Miraidon Draco if it's even if it's specs. So if you want to put it up a bit, just so you can like lead and guaranteed get hazards up or something and not be afraid of Draco Meteor, that's something to consider.
I guess you could put it at B. I don't know, B plus. Our B plus is kind of looking skinny, you know, like nothing's in the. If anything, only Dawn maybe. That's it. I mean, let me see what did the council put in their B plus. They put. Yeah, dude. Okay, this is hilarious. I'm gonna send you like a screenshot. The council has 2 Mons and B plus, Lando T and Skeledirge.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. Crazy.
I got you on this. I'll give my thoughts. I'm of the opinion that when I looked at paranormal, you're losing the or like ecolor, you're losing the game. You have
My mic on OBS has been muted for the past half hour. That's really funny.
Uh-oh.
That's fine. The people of the recording can hear me now. If it went quiet for no reason, that's why. Oh, that should be fine. I don't think I said anything remarkably important. But yeah, when we're talking on Jam server, I agree with you. I think Mirai should be banned to hell, and I think
that should be the first thing suspected, and hopefully, like by next week, it'll get a suspect. Hopefully.
I don't think Mirai deserves a suspect.
No, it needs a suspect because like it's like a very like it's going to like get banned, but it's like it's not going to get like 90% like ban rate. That's like you just quick ban it. Like they quick ban Cali S because Cali S literally would have gotten like a 90% ban.
Yeah, for sure.
But with last respects, there's no reason to suspect it. It's just wasting time because like everyone who's competent at this game knows that like it's a broken move.
Yeah, is there any like tournament usage you can look at? I'm curious because you were talking about how it has insane tournament usage now.
Yeah, and I'll link it to you. It's on the Ubers World Cup like win rates.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, the win rate's probably crazy. Uh, This is a.
I mean, you have to think: is it just surprise factor that makes people lose to last respect? I mean, it's just something to think about.
Just not preparing for it because like you have to dedicate like a whole slot to it, either a backup tier on Normamon or like E-Killer. And
Yeah.
like here's my theory is that you cannot meaningfully check both Basculegion and Miraidon on a team.
Yeah.
Because you're dedicating a whole Spadef ground to Miraidon. You're dedicating a whole slot to Basculegion. And like you have to like have like a defensive backbone in your team for like other things.
You don't think Tinglu could, like if you pair with Koraidon, Tinglu couldn't take them both on?
Tinglu's like a one-time. It depends on like what set the Miraidon is. Like if it's like CM Taunt Draco, it just takes like the Terra button to delete Tinglu out of existence. Another set that like no one's ran yet, and I kind of want someone to run it just to like show people like it's an actually good set, is a Double Dance Miraidon with Draco Meteor. It might sound like counterintuitive at first, but you're bluffing the set because like when they see like you drop a Draco, they're like, oh, you can't be a Double Dance set. But then once you get rid of this Spadef ground, you can just spam Parabolic Charge or Electro Drift.
I'm not a parabolic charge believer. I've seen seed sets with parabolic charge. I kind of believe those, but parabolic charge like into things like Zacian lives a +1 life or parabolic charge. I think maybe don't quote me on that. I might be spreading misinformation.
No,
but,
I don't think it does. I think I ran this calc. It takes like 104 or something. I'll check it right now, but pretty sure Miraidon breaks it.
I also think when we're talking about this, I think Uber should be Terra banned. I don't think Terra should exist.
Ask me, everything should be Terra banned, but yeah.
I think it kind of has a place in OU, but I can't talk much about OU because that is a tier that exists.
Here's the calc.
Here, let's see. +1. Oh, it does kill. All right, then yeah, I did lie.
What it does miss on is killing like Fairy CS from full, where you would want Electro Drift for that.
Yeah, I feel like also Electro Drift is just like Collision Course. Yeah, okay, that's maybe a busted. No, it's not a busted. I think it's a balanced move. Why does Electro Drift not have the same effect? Why is it you're getting an electric type Draco Meteor, and there's 0 drawback?
It's a broken ass Mon, dude. Like, I love how like Aberforth's running for TLs. He's just like, yeah, Miraidon has a higher damage output than Mega Rayquaza. And then like when he wrote that line, I'm like, okay, let's think about this like a little logically. Mega Rayquaza is what created Anything Goes back in Gen 6, right? If you have a Mon that's even more like powerful than Mega Ray in terms of damage output, how did it take you this whole generation to suspect it? Because Miraidon was always broken. Like, it didn't get any new tools. Like, Miraidon got Scale Shot later on in DLC 1. Miraidon's been broken since day 1. Like, how did it take this long to figure out that, like, yes, we need to get rid of this Mon?
Yeah, that's definitely...
That's true.
Yeah.
That's, like, really... I don't mean, like, any offense, but it's, like, really incompetent tiering.
Yeah, I think so. That's fair. Do we have anything else to say about this tier list? Or anything you want to say to the world about Ubers?
This tier is cooked, bro. There's nothing you can do to save this tier. It's cooked.
Really, I think taking action on banning some stuff and then Terra banning would fix the tier, but then again, that's just SS.
There are too many purists. The problem is that like no one wants Koraidon. If you're reading like the metagame discussion thread or like not that the tiering policy, no one wants Koraidon gone because like Koraidon provides so much of utility to balance teams. The only 2 elements people want gone are Miraidon and Last Respects. But when you get rid of those 2 elements, you're going to see Koraidon's the big problem then.
That is
like,
fair.
I'm not trying to theory mon, but Koraidon's going to be the big problem then. And then after Koraidon, like you can't like get rid of Terra without getting rid of Koraidon first, because Terra is what keeps Koraidon in check.
All right, that is incredibly fair. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Do you guys have anything else? All right, yeah. If anyone has watched this hour of us rambling and the half hour of my mic being muted and probably being a little bit confused, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please, Zest, if you have anything for me to link, let me know. I'll link it in the description. Check out Don and Zest. They're both very cool people. Yeah. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, all that corny shit. Peace.